Good morning, it's Dr. Braun. This is my personal opinion. This is not personal medical advice, nor is this the opinion of my employer. I'm starting to get questions about COVID from people, and I thought, maybe people on the internet would like to know what I think about COVID and how I'm planning to deal with the upcoming COVID season. So I'm going to answer questions that I think people might have about what do I think. This is my personal opinion and my personal plans for myself. So I do still have patients. Well, at the current moment, I do not have any patients that I am aware of who are very sick with COVID. However, I have a patient who has a family member who is in the intensive care unit with COVID, doing that thing that people with COVID do, where they get about as close to dying as they can without actually dying. So it's still happening out there. I have a friend who had a patient who died from COVID recently. My previous COVID deaths from patients have not been since the first wave, knock on wood. Very grateful for that, right? I do have a patient who had a close family member who died from COVID about a year ago. I have two patients who were, again, about as sick as you can be without actually dying from COVID. But they're fine now. They're living their lives. So that is really, so COVID is still out there making people sick, is the point of that. Not nearly as much as it was, but it still is, and it still is killing people. And it can still make for a very unpleasant week or two if you get COVID. And boy, it's out in the community, that's for sure. We're having, positive COVID tests all the time. And most COVID tests are done at home even, so if we're still having positive COVID tests, that really tells you something, huh? That's out there. So I don't want it. I don't want to give it to any of my patients. I don't want to give it to my family either. So I'm planning to get vaccinated. I'm planning because I don't want to give it to any of my patients, some of whom I think probably could die if they get COVID. I am planning to wear a mask starting last week and going until the spring. It's tiresome, but I do plan to do it because the downside of having my patients die because I gave them COVID is pretty down. So that's my plan. At the present time, I'm not planning on wearing an N95, but if the rate of COVID goes up, I probably will. At the present time, I'm planning on just wearing a regular mask. Because I think that there's a risk and benefit to everything. We're all old enough here to know there is no free lunch, and there are risks to everything and downsides to everything. And the downside to wearing a mask is it's harder to understand me, especially for people who read lips, who are hard of hearing, who, there's half of my patients. And it also puts a distance between the doctor and the patient, or between two people, that is nice not to have there. You can still bridge the gap, but it's nice not to have that as an impediment to bridging the gap between people. So, there is a risk, there is a downside to wearing a mask, and I'm accepting that because the upside is that I'm going to be less likely to give my patients COVID. So, I don't know. Obviously everybody gets to make their own decision on this one. But that's where I'm making my decision. I'm not planning to wear a mask in public at this time. If the rate of COVID in the community gets higher, I probably will be. But right now I'm not planning to wear a mask in public. So, as I said, I'm planning to get the COVID vaccine as soon as I can find someone who'll give it to me. Are there people who should not get the COVID vaccine? I definitely have 2 patients in my clinic who absolutely should not get the COVID vaccine. Are there more? Of course. Is it you? Talk to your doc. Yeah, another advantage to not wearing a mask, or to wearing a mask, is that then you don't have to see what my face does. All the ridiculous things my face does. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on COVID. I hope you are having a wonderful fall. It's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. When I looked at the weather map, I didn't see any clouds anywhere. So enjoy. Thank you for listening.